Welcome to today's IT Risk Advisory Workshop session number 2. I'm Abby Chi, the Asia Pacific Regional Director at Atlanta Global, and I'm excited to guide you through this insightful journey. Today, we are privileged to have MGC Global Risk Advisory leading our workshop. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Monish and Kirti. Over to you guys.
Personal information linked to about 500 million accounts had been stolen in 1 year alone. The hijackers stole the names, they stole the dates of birth, they stole the phone numbers, they stole the email addresses, and they stole the passwords. Let's look at the implications of this breach. There was a reduction in 350 million in the final price of the merger that took place 2 years later. Pay $85 million as part of the settlement charges for the damages that had been caused, and had to provide complimentary credit monitoring services to over 200 million customers. There was a lot of legal fee that was paid. There are all kinds of estimates, $40 million, or thereabouts, nearly 50 million. The world that we are living in currently is marred by unprecedented events and escalating tensions. At least 64 countries plus the European Union, which represent a combined population of over 50% of the global population, is going to go in for voting this year. 2024 is not just an election year. 2024 is the election year. At the same time, more and more people, organizations, and governments are fast-tracking digitization to stay ahead. As people increasingly rely on information and communication technologies, ICTs is what we call them, criminals are shifting their activities online. This webinar, therefore, could not have taken place at a more opportune time. You'd be surprised to know that, according to some reports, 1 in 10 organizations do not have any or adequate insurance to cover them for cyber attacks. Various forms of cyber crimes, according to recent reports, were rated to be the most worrisome, the top 2. And when you look at certain statistics in terms of which components of your system are most at risk, it is your desktops, it is your laptops, followed by your phones.
There are 4 industries which are listed here right now, but out of which almost 3 industries you will see the attack type is more common, which is called as malicious insider. So malicious insider is nothing but it's an insider threat. Your own insider employee, who can be a disgruntled employee or who can be because of his negligence. There are type of cyber attacks which are going to happen. So the concern here is that if this is such an important threat, what are the key steps that you can take to prevent such kind of threats? So the first important thing as an organization, what you can do is there is something called as activity monitoring. Okay, basically you're monitoring the user activities for their suspicious behavior, but at the same point of time, you will ensure that their privacy is not compromised. You can put access controls. Okay, so in access controls, there is something called as principle of least privilege. That means only granting access to the systems and data which is must or minimum needed for your job duties.
This enforcement by law is the only way to prevent business because many critical risks are part of risk appetite due to overconfidence or oversight by management or board.
I think substance over form is important because even the laws may not be able to address everything. My takeaway is that from a practical standpoint, it is a very strong, important way. But from an aspirational standpoint, it should not be the only way.
I think that was wonderful how you've actually restructured your presentation. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great week and a great day. Thank you.